Hi, everybody. Welcome to Staring Down the Darkness. This is Danny, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about self-esteem and self-worth and what they have to do with depression and how they can be affected by depression. Um, I want to give you a little background on myself and kind of give you an idea of how it affects me. I started working in high school, and I worked when I graduated high school. I tried to work and go to college at the same time, but I was not ready for college. So I got a job managing a big restaurant in my hometown, and so I took the money over the education at the time and enjoyed my time working, learned a lot from it. Um, I went on to manage jazz nightclub for about a year. I managed a restaurant inside a hotel. I managed a national chain steakhouse. And then I went into retail management. Um, and all that within 15 years or so. But I did go back to college. I moved out of my hometown and went back to college part time and got within two classes of a computer programming degree, and then got hired by a tech company and never went back and never got my degree. Um, I've I've managed retail, I've managed restaurants, and I went into management, assistant operations manager for the tech company, um, and was in charge of a whole lot of live systems and a whole lot of money. Um, and so I have the ability and the intelligence to do things. However, I've never felt particularly intelligent. I've never felt like I was the best option for those jobs. I'm good at putting on the show, putting on the mask, and becoming who I need to be for a particular job. In my view of myself, even though I've got over 20 years of management experience and a lot of life experience and experience dealing with people, I do not feel like I am particularly qualified for anything like that. I don't When I go looking for a job, I always feel like I am not qualified for that job. And I have to convince myself that I am. When you have depression, it affects your self-image. I have never been a fan of looking at myself. I don't like the way I look. I never have. I've never been a fan of getting my picture taken or having myself on this end of the camera, just because I don't like the way I look on film. I always feel like eventually the people that think I'm intelligent, the people that think I'm qualified, the people that see good things in me are going to, eventually they're going to find out. Eventually they're going to see the man behind the curtain, and I am not the great and powerful Oz. I'm just this dude behind the curtain. And I feel like at any moment, at any point in my life, the curtain's going to come back, and everybody's going to get the big reveal and be disappointed. when I was, whenever I'm at work or whenever I'm dealing with anything and somebody builds me up, like, oh, you'll love Danny. He knows what he's talking about. He's the best employee I've got. I hate that because to me that sets them up for disappointment in dealing with me. That I am never going to be able to live up to that kind of hype. And I've always hated that. I've always hated compliments. I've always, I always think that if somebody compliments me, they want something. Or they're just being nice and trying to cheer me up. I never think that it's sincere. I never think that anything anybody says about me that's good is valid because I can negate it in my head, and I often do. Depression does that to you. It shows you an image of yourself that it wants you to see. Now, I know that I'm good with people. I know that I am a hard worker. I know that I have intelligence, but I can't get past the fact that I don't think any of what I have is enough for what I do. Even if it is, um, I'm at a point in life now where I haven't been really in management for, gosh, 13 years. And so if I was to go looking for a better paying job now, um, I don't have a college degree because I stopped before I got it. I haven't been in management in 13 years, and now I'm 13 years older than I was the last time I was in management. It's probably not going to go well for me looking for jobs like that. Because typically firms, companies, whatever, want people with degrees and energy and youth. And I don't have any of that. So that clouds my vision of myself as well. It leads to stress about money because if I wanted a better job, there's no way I could get one because of my self-image and you know the things I just mentioned. So we often, as people with depression, use this image that the depression creates in our heads of ourselves to define what we're capable of. And I want to tell you out there not to do that. I realize how hard it is because I do it to myself. And this is one of those do as I say, not as I do kind of things because I'm still doing it. I don't know that I will ever stop, but I'm trying. I'm trying to get better at things like taking compliments or believing a little bit more in myself. It takes a lot of time and a lot of focus for me to see myself as something other than what's in my head. So I struggle every day with self-worth and value that I feel like I don't have. And I know a lot of you out there do struggle with the same thing. So again, you're not alone. But we have more value than our depression leads us to believe. We have people that love us despite our flaws, which are typically not as great as we blow them up to be. And we just have to try to learn to trust in other people's opinions of us. The people that know us, the people that care about us, we have to trust in their judgment sometimes. as hard as that may be to believe or to do, um, somebody, saw something good in me to give me these jobs and to promote me within companies I've been in. I've had customers at my job now compliment me. Um, I've had my bosses compliment me. Um, I don't know why. I typically don't see it. I don't understand it. And, but I have to, again, trust in other people's judgment sometimes. I don't want to go through the rest of my life feeling worthless. Now, that's not saying I'm not going to keep having these feelings, but at least maybe if I open up to somebody else's opinion, maybe some of that will start to sink in a little bit and I won't feel as bad about myself. Now, typically all it'll take is one mistake or me doing something stupid to go, okay, well, there I am again. But everybody makes those mistakes. Everybody does stupid things from time to time. We just tend to blow our mistakes up and then say, oh yeah, and that plus this, and remember back in 1994 when I did this. So we'll just start adding things up and make it worse than it is and make ourselves seem more useless than we are. I know this is kind of rambling, but I wanted to kind of give you the thoughts that I have as they come to me about my impression of myself. I'm an okay guy. I'm not the nicest guy in the world. I'm not the meanest guy in the world. I tend to avoid social interaction when I can because it makes me uncomfortable these days. But, I care about people and I'm empathetic towards people. And so I want you guys out there that suffer to know you're not alone. You do matter. You're not worthless. You're a lot better than you make yourself out to be. And just keep your head up. Try to let compliments seep in a little bit when people compliment you. Not everybody has ulterior motives. Not everybody wants something. Not everybody's just trying to cheer you up. Sometimes what they say is actually the truth. And just keep that in mind as you go through your day and your week and your month and your year and your life. And if you haven't before, please now subscribe to the channel. That helps me out a lot. If you see a bell down there, hit the bell. You'll get notifications whenever I put out videos. And like the video, please. That helps me out too. And comment. Let me know what you think. How do you feel about yourself? What are some of your stumbling blocks? Do you believe compliments when they're given to you? Or do you only believe when people say bad things about you? If you have any questions, ask them down there. I read all the comments. I appreciate all the compliments, all the comments. And so for now, that's it. Just know you matter. And we're going to get through this one day at a time, minute by minute, however it takes. I'll see you guys next time.